Okay, welcome to Hodge Podge Hobbies. My name's Aiden. This is
Braden.
And these guys are
Eli
and Ilya.
Okay, so we just went to the Edmonton tournament. I don't know what it was, just a doubles tournament.
Battle of M1 Sewell, something like that.
M1 Sewell. Nah. We brought two kind of different lists. We brought Pike and
Epic Fiefdoms list. That's what we brought.
Rohan. Good Rohan.
Infantry and cavalry. Infantry and cavalry.
And infantry.
Yeah.
Same list.
We got
better cavalry.
better cavalry. Well, debatable.
I don't think you guys herald any victories. So.
Debatable. You want to go from?
I think we should start with Amder
Amder
Herald of Victory.
Number one. The list is Amder Herald of Victory. He's the leader, obviously. Then I have 2 Dragon Knights, just random prints that I printed off, and 4 Cataphracts with 1 drum, and 3 Heroic Archers and Easterling dice. 0 points, by the way.
Crucial part
Best
of the list.
investment
Big and part of the list.
And then my teammate.
I bring the anvil to a hammer of just a spam of Maranan Orcs and Black Numenorians for some Terra frontline. Everything is defense 6. They still die really easily. Witchkin on the budget to get the -1 Courage Aura. And Kardouche for his Fury, because I had some trouble with Courage in our test games. And very nice Flame Burst.
What did you actually outfit your Witch King with?
3 might, always 3 might.
Always 3?
Horse, because he's the leader, he needs to run away or sometimes fight. I did splurge out for 2 fate after my test Nazgul got sniped by a certain Veil Archer.
Yeah.
Through 15 in the way. So I thought, 2 fate will guarantee that won't happen in the actual tournament.
And you brought a Crown of Morgul too,
No,
right?
why would I do that? Yeah.
That's like 5 orcs, bro.
Crown of Morgul is
It's
so
so
worth
good.
it. So worth it.
It's 25 away from a Felbeast, and at that point I just take a Felbeast. I didn't want him to fight, and I didn't want him to cast magic either, as he didn't cast any magic, or he succeeded in casting magic.
Every spell was resisted.
Aussies, tell us if that's the play. Tell us if that's the play. If Last Alliance of Numas and Men see that, post down below,
You need the
please,
crown.
guys.
No, this is a budget which can... It still comes out to 100, like 20, 30 points.
With 10
But this
will?
is... default 10 will.
You just brought him with 10
You don't need more.
He fails all his casts anyway.
Yeah, he fails anyway.
Gosh, I know, but you put him with Crown, and then he's like actually like.
All our
but-
opponents rolled so many 6s on their will saves anyway, so it didn't even matter. Kardouche was the real
He is
caster.
a -1 courage aura, that's it. That's all he
all he
does.
That's all he does.
Any heroic moves.
120 points. -1.
We could've used that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We could have used that big time. I didn't realize all of you brought full Moranans.
Backline is shitty orcs with spears, because I still try to max out on. I wanted that mortar bonus, which was really hard with my partner.
We made it work.
But we were still... Were we
We had a lot
most
of numbers.
models?
We were the most models
Yeah.
in the tournament.
We still didn't get it most of the time, because we died really fast, but...
Our original list had 3 Dragon Knights instead of the 4 Cataphracts,
Yeah.
but they FAQ'd that we lose our army ability if I don't have 25% Easterlings in the army, so
We had to finagle
Yeah.
it,
And
yeah.
What?
who
It was
found
worth
that
it.
out the night before?
yeah, we did. It's fine. We did fine, and it was probably better that way because the Cataphract interns just went ahead and died for Amder Hail to Victory.
Did they die
Hey.
every time?
That was their
Heck
job.
yeah.
I heard
They
he
did
had
so
one
good at it.
heroic cataphract.
There was a heroic Cataphract who fought 3 Adrid, I think that's his name, for 4 rounds and kept winning every fight. He didn't do a single wound to him. Actually, he was going for his horse and he still couldn't wound that horse. The Cataphracts got 1 kill, I think, in the entire tournament. Maybe 2, but I'm pretty sure 1. I think the archers killed more than the Cataphracts. They never win. They never perform. They just die and get in the way, and they did really good at
Yeah,
it.
it's same as the -1 courage aura.
They did
Shield Wall
yep.
for Amdur.
Exactly.
Oh my
They're the interns.
Yeah, that's rough.
They don't get paid.
What is it, 30 points for a shield?
The Amder Deliverance.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, they're the Amdur Herald of Victory missile system.
For real. And then who was your actual Moranan orcs? Was it just your front line with Kardouche?
Kardouche has a front line of them, and then I had 2 spears because we had points left over.
Oh.
And then all back line, so it's 15-ish. I guess 13 regular orcs with spears.
So everybody else was strength 3. You only had like what, 6 guys?
6, 7, 8 strength 4 guys.
Strength
and
4.
8 strengths. Oh, not strengths. 8 fight for Black Numenorians.
And how much did the Witch King actually get in combat?
Oh, like 0. He
Until we lost.
Yeah. he for the first 2 games he did basically. I think once I managed to like push Boromir around, but it wasn't really consequential. And then at the last game he failed to resist with his remaining 2 will, and then got commanded into some Rohan and died. Oh, he didn't die. He perished because I didn't buy any extra will for him.
Oh man! So what did you cast with him?
Transfixing, compel.
Was pretty much transfix and compel. Yeah.
He just got resisted every turn.
Sometimes I do reduce the courage for fun. I don't think it came up in this tournament because most of the time he had something to actually try to stop from moving.
Yeah.
In Steel, we didn't do. No, not on this one, yeah.
He wasn't close
And
enough to anything.
didn't really have a reason to Black Dart.
So did you just like transfix if there was like another hero in combat? Like who was your transfix?
Ideally you pick big heroes, you transfix them or make them try and resist or spook them around. They all resisted, so it's not like it mattered.
Oh.
And literally, I think he got 1 cast off.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and it wasn't in combat,
It was-
so it didn't matter.
It was pretty
Cardush
bad.
did more job
Cardush was awesome.
knocking people off in combat with his flame burst, because if they're on a horse, it's the same as transfix if you dismount them after they moved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardush killed Boromir's horse and cost him all of his fate points.
Because when you kill a horse that's in combat, that person cannot strike.
Yeah, because they do the Throne Rider. On a 6, I think they still get to strike, but chances of that are basically 0.
Yeah.
If I know my probabilities, yeah.
He knows his Mordor, yeah. Interesting. And then what did the Herald of Victory do?
He heralded victory all game. He just killed stuff.
So what was your primary targets? Just like heroes, or were you just troop munching with?
All of the above. He's Amdur, Herald of Victory. He can take anybody. He killed an eagle. Yeah, he did, and he helped kill Radagast, and he killed a billion troops. He killed all the Rohan stuff. Our second game,
He is the Herald of
Ilya
Victory.
carried our second game, so he was just killing randoms for most of the second
We
game.
were
Oh no,
trying to
he
save
he
points,
literally
yeah.
heat-seeking missiled into Angbor, that's
No,
his name, right?
not
And he
Angbor.
one-shot him, and we got our target kill. So he killed.
It was both of your guys'
Yeah.
targets, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
That
it
was
was
the obvious
very
choice. And
tight
there was a
because he
hole
had
and
to
he was-
dive. Yeah.
He was awesome. It was awesome. And then he got trapped, and he was fine. No one. I don't know if he lost his. He lost 1 fight, I think, the entire game, the entire turn.
That's insane.
And then he banners for the Dragon Knights because he's the Herald of
They
Victory.
need it.
They do need it.
You only have 2 Dragon Knights with this list? Oh, interesting.
Because I had to get 10 guys so that we would have 25%
Yeah.
Easter lanes.
Yeah, interesting.
Although the reroll never actually mattered, or the courage.
So you could have been fine. In that last game, in your last top table game, what would you have taken? What would you have
You really did
taken?
it to him.
The 3 Dragon Knights would have been better that game. But the
would've.
other 2 games, the random cataphracts were good.
So which list did you like better?
I think I like this one more. I guess.
I like this one more too because I get my army bonus.
Yeah,
More often.
exactly.
You guys were the highest, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy.
good.
And we were what, 32?
32.
Yeah, total models or something,
Something
like
like
that.
that.
We were
Yeah.
pretty high.
We were, I think, 3rd or 4th highest model count.
yeah,
Something like that.
with Fight 5
Fight 5 across the line.
across the board on a charge.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Gotta love it. Okay, I guess we can talk about ours now. So let's start
Yes.
with fiefdoms.
So I brought fiefdoms led by Emerhill and Forlorn the Fat Baby.
Let's go.
And alongside 14 pikemen, 3 clansmen. And Emerhill and Forlorn are mounted. Even though neither of them really got to use their horses all tournament. But
Really? Yeah. The first game.
the first game, they got dehorsed like second turn.
And then.
And then our game against the elves, that was tough.
Yeah. You got sucked in with your horse, and then you got ganked, lost your horse. Did he actually? Did
He
that
won the
horse-
fight the second
Yeah.
time. He lost his horse first fight,
Yeah.
and then got surrounded by like 6 Galadrim pikemen. Won the
poor guy.
fight, and
Nice.
yeah, he delayed their whole elf army for like 2-3 turns. It was awesome.
That was awesome.
Forlorn did?
Forlorn.
Forlorn.
Wow.
That's
good.
right. Sacrificial
died
Forlorn.
to the Herald of Victory many, many times.
Allegedly.
Many times. So has
This has never happened before.
Angbor on his 28th rendition of Angbor
That's
versus
true.
Amdur.
Angbor's entire bloodline has been exterminated by Amdur Herald of Victory. It's been a tough one. But the pikemen, supported by Emerhill, making them fight 5 was awesome. They performed so well.
Yeah.
They were definitely reliable. They even stopped a Balrog for a few turns, which was
Sheesh.
awesome.
Yeah, that's right. They stopped a Balrog.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That was their finest hour of the tournament.
That was a funny list.
And they
That
did,
was a funny list.
and they did really well against the Nazgul of Dol Guldur.
Oh, yeah,
too. They did well.
They killed their Witch King at least 5 times.
Yeah.
He kept respawning into 6 pikemen, and I was like, what are you going to do? I'm the same fight value, and I have triple your dice.
He spent so much might on bringing
He
those
had
guys.
to spend all of his might, just
Yeah.
coming back, just to
Yeah.
die the next turn.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, we had him spawn trapped.
Did the clansmen have a role, or are they just there
Oh, they
to look
died.
pretty?
I-
Okay.
The clansmen were good for courage. They were always the first ones in because fighting the necromancer, they came in supported by 2 pikemen. It was awesome.
Did you only bring 3
I
clansmen?
only brought 3,
Wow.
but they were all I needed because they just stayed in the back and
Take
they
the terror troops.
counterattacked, took out the terror. They were more useful than I thought they would be.
Also, Forlorn with Warhorn.
That Warhorn saved us.
Wow.
He's such a bargain.
He's such a good... Yeah, he's such a good profile.
I'd pay for him in addition to a Warhorn for another 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
He's so good.
He's
Nice.
he's really good.
He's so good.
Because what is he? Is he 90 points on horse?
Something like that.
So you have 30 points with Warhorn. So he's a 60-point captain model with 3 might, 3 wounds.
3
Strength
wounds.
5.
Strength 5.
Strength
With a
five.
war spear.
Lance, yeah.
With a
Wow.
lance.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the only
No,
thing I wish he
heroic
had.
strike, though,
He doesn't
yeah.
have heroic
Yeah.
strike. That's what I wish he had.
Dragon Knight breakfast.
Yeah. Practicing against the Easterling list was pretty crushing for the boys. Forlorn died many, many times.
Is he fight 5 or fight 4?
He's
Fight
5'5".
five.
He's 5'5", yeah.
Don't disrespect Forlorn. like that.
Everything feels like fight 4 against when you have, Hail to Victory.
Yeah.
And then we had Rohan, who was next, and then we brought Daewine and Theoden. And I was like going about it 2 different ways, whether I was going to bring Aemir and Eowyn, and then just have Eowyn die, and then Aemir go berserk.
Yeah.
Is really what I was thinking.
Well, we tried that a few times,
Yeah, we did.
but
And then
we like this list better.
Daewine has 3 might, and he's got that heroic action with Theoden. So if you just hopefully throw Theoden into one person, and hopefully he survives. Hopefully he wins the
He
fight.
didn't survive.
He didn't.
Theoden try not to die challenge.
Impossible.
But the crazy thing about Theoden is that he got knocked off of his horse every single game,
Yeah, as it should be.
as it should be. Yeah. But then he didn't die. Theoden actually didn't
Well-
die. And had I been smart and literally used my one fate
Yeah.
on that
On the
game-
one wound
on the one wound,
that we would have won
That
if he
we-
didn't
Yeah.
take the wound.
Tell us in the comments below if you enjoy dehorsing heroes or if you just go to wound them. Because I always dehorse them. and
Oh
it's-
no, just go for the kill.
Braden thinks you should never dehorse. It's not worth it.
Not
but it's-
never,
It's totally
but-
worth.
If you roll a 6, you can just kill the guy.
Nah, one wound.
you-
I'd rather do the horse.
if you have more than two attacks, you go for the guy. That's the threshold.
Oh, that's not how probability
We-
works.
I think we had with our main list, we had like an 80% win rate against these guys.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there.
Alright, there it is. There it is.
We lost once or twice. It's alright.
Wait,
We brought a Beast of Gorgoth list and it didn't go so
It's
well.
a good list. I just need 2 beasts.
We're bringing 4 to BC next year.
I'll see you at Clash.
Clash 2024.
That's right.
There is a certain critical mass where the beasts become good.
We haven't found it
Yeah,
yet,
we haven't found
but
it.
it's there.
It's 4 War Beasts of Gorgoroth with 2 Brogears, and then
Oh, yeah. We did play the Brogear. Actually, I'm not gonna say it on the podcast because it's too
It
secret.
is very.
It's top secret.
It's super
You
stinky.
should play Bring Condish chariots with Brogy.
Okay, you might as well tell them.
Yeah.
They can figure it out for themselves.
That was a short game.
That was a
That was
very
a-
short
We
game.
played a one-turn game, and it was good.
Yeah, that was.
That was my favorite practice game of them all, though.
That was.
Brogy was awesome.
I remember we were like, oh yeah, he's actually not inside 3 inches.
That was the most crushing thing.
And then...
When you took out the tape, I was like, oh, don't do that to me now.
I think our
Who took out the tape? Was it me or was it Ilya?
It was you,
Was
my
it me?
teammate.
Oh, my
I
bad.
don't think it's been 3 inches, Emerhill. What do you mean? I got mowed down by a chariot. He went through my whole pike line. I'm like, yep.
You deserved it after all the 6-inch Immerhill games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Five
was
archers,
cheating like the
6-inch
first.
Immerhill.
They're Courage 5. Battle Scribe would never lie to me.
Battle Scribe says the 5 archers are Courage 5.
Yeah,
Battle Scribe is the best.
they
Middle
might be
Earth.
lying a little bit.
It is. Ilya hates it, but
Okay, yeah, this
I'm a big Battle
podcast
Scribe guy.
officially does not endorse Battle Scribe.
But it's funny when it makes a mistake in your favor. It's actually.
And you're like, yeah, let's go. My goblin's Courage 6, let's go.
It says right here, bro.
It's gotta be right. So we brought Daewine back to Rohan. We brought Daewine, who's really supposed to be six might.
Yeah.
On because he's just always hero combating and always kills.
He was our champion.
But Daewine didn't do anything.
No.
The whole tournament.
He was just a very expensive missile.
all that did nothing. He was like a Nerf missile. Like he literally went in
Yeah.
to go for the kill and never got his hero combat.
And when
off,
he did, he had to go closer to Theoden, which was never what we wanted.
which was never.
Aiden's just such a bad fighter. You could just like
He wasn't that, but like in the games leading to it, he was awesome.
he's
Yeah.
what, fight 4.
No, he's
Really
5'5".
let you
He's
do
5'5".
Is he
cool
fight
stuff
5
with
base
him.
though?
He's 5'5"
Yeah.
base. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That's
He's a
so
hero
much, yeah.
legend, baby.
Fight 5.
Uh,
With one fate?
One fate, how many will? None.
I don't know.
This guy
No
used
will?
Yeah. 2 wounds, 1 fate.
Yeah.
Man, we should have been compelling Theoden the whole time. Man.
Yeah, you should have.
Dude,
Yeah.
we've
We didn't really
been
get the
getting
chance to,
compelled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Galadriel was real fun to play against.
Dude, oh my. I don't think
You had to face magic in 2 of your games or 3?
2.
2.
Yeah, 'cause the
Next
fight-
one's
Our
Galadriel.
first game was
Oh, it was
the
a mirror
Balrog
match
game.
too, yeah.
And the second game was a mirror match against
Yeah.
Rohan and Elves, and oh my god, that was a fun game.
You guys got trolled really hard.
We got trolled really hard second game.
In third one, you got to play Fiefdoms.
Third
too,
game
yeah.
was Fiefdoms
Nice.
Minas Tirith,
Okay.
which was
Yeah.
that game was my favorite game.
Yeah.
Well,
We,
maybe we should talk about the games. Unless you still have more Rohan to talk about.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
about your
I do want to
yeah,
actually.
we
ta-
haven't finished our list. We haven't even got the fade in yet.
I do want to talk about my Rohan.
And
because,
Royal Guard, man.
Because it was an actual good list.
Yeah, I thought it was
I,
good too.
I still believe it, even though that neither of them performed. I think
I thought it was
Good
good.
isn't not evil, yeah?
Yeah.
It did good against us a couple times.
Yeah.
See, he had to add a couple
A
times.
couple times.
It did good against the Beasts of Gorgon.
All the time. They
We've
do
never
good
lost.
all
We've never
the
lost.
time. When we
feel
brought our actual
They won
list.
both of the games with Rohan. though,
Yeah.
didn't they?
When we
Yeah.
actually brought our
Yeah.
tournament list, we're
Yeah,
undefeated.
Yeah.
So
Our tournament list and all of our practice gave us like a certain cloud over
A
our head.
cloud of
though.
judgment.
It did.
Yeah.
It was like Daewine's great.
it
And
ruined
Theoden-
it. You guys should have beat us.
And Theoden can go into anybody no matter what.
We learned very fast. Theoden cannot do
No, we
that.
cannot. No, we
And you
cannot.
need him alive for all the auras,
Yeah.
too.
He's
yeah.
just there to buff all your guys.
Theoden
He was.
died every game.
No, he didn't.
Did he survive?
He survived every
Did he?
game.
I think he's died in all
Well,
of
in
the
our
first games.
practice, in our practice
He
games.
died like every time.
Oh,
Like, because Balrog killed him first game.
oh yeah.
How'd you
yeah.
let that happen?
Yeah. Okay, that is actually true. That is actually true.
Second game,
In the first game,
he
yeah.
got the one wound, which. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like.
which was my bad. That was my bad. You
I
would've-
also did.
you
I
would've
should have
lived.
said something. I saw you not take the fate, and I was like, interesting. But I didn't say anything because I'm like, he has a plan, obviously.
I forgot that we play Middle Earth to play the objective, not to like.
I
models.
sacrificed my army every game.
These guys
to
need
play
to go
the
to teammate
objective.
counseling. They need to work on some communication skills.
I think every game we played, I sacrificed my entire army to grab the objective. While you went around
Every
getting the
time.
glory, killing all the
every
heroes.
practice game too. This guy just sent Forlorn into the front lines to die.
You were the Denethor, and I was Faramir.
Forlorn, you see that big scary hero? You go fight him.
And he did. And he did.
He did.
And sometimes he didn't die.
Every day was D-Day for the fight.
Truly.
Every single
We
day.
ran into the fray
my
every
gosh.
time.
Well, the reason that is.
Don't try to justify it.
No, I will justify it because
my gosh.
my models are on horses and they're like double the point. So like
My models are worth more than your models. You have to go die now. The only time that your models intentionally left mine to die was our third game against Fiefdoms Gondor.
when did I?
When we
Oh,
deployed
that
in
sounded
the
pretty sad.
circles, and I was fighting both of them, and instead of coming and rear charging them, you went to the objective for once, but you left me in a 2v1
Well,
for 2-3 turns.
yeah,
And I was like, oh,
And that's the exact reason.
but we held them.
And that's the exact reason we brought Roland so that
You
when
could get the objective
well,
and then
no-
rear charge them.
yeah, and so that you wouldn't
Hammer and
get
anvil.
ganked 1v1. But then I kind of just forgot about that. And I thought they were going charge.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we came off of the second game, and I was like, okay, I'm actually going to play the objective this time.
Yeah, because we realized our second game that objective wins the game.
Wins the
and
game.
we were so close.
Yeah, that second game was good.
But
Yeah.
And then, okay, so the rest of the great legendary Rohan.
Yes.
But to be fair, my Rohan are like two of your models. So
true.
if one of your models die, we're still a positive ratio.
It's true.
Whereas if one of my Rohan died, then we're
this is what I was
it,
hearing.
stop it.
I was hearing this all weekend.
Yeah.
I'd lose
Oh,
5 pikemen in one combat. He'd be like, "Don't worry, man. I didn't lose a single model. I didn't lose a single horse. We're good."
I think I might have taken more casualties than Ilias in one or two of our games.
Oh, you
So, in our first
got
game, I
close
think.
to wiping in every game, but you still carried.
The honorable Easterlings work together with their orc peasants.
I mean-
they care. They care.
My job was just walk to a point and then complain to Eli that he's not there to save me every game. Except for one, in the second game I came in to save you.
did.
But thanks to the drum, you managed
Yeah,
to
the drum was a good investment.
dodge everything, yeah.
To be fair, our first game, I let you control your whole
No,
army.
the first game was awesome.
And the second game.
And oh, cool.
And the
We won.
second
We
game.
won our first game.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you guys finish
then
your Rohan list?
Yes. Okay.
It was all Royal Guards, yeah?
All Royal Guards with 2 Outriders that were.
Well, they
And
actually,
a banner on horse.
The bodyguard's so good. It's
The
so
bodyguard was
annoying.
awesome.
Oh my
And
gosh.
throwing spears. Throwing spears on all
which throwing spears, especially on your mirror match game,
Was
were
huge.
awesome.
They actually did stuff.
They
did.
killed so many.
They didn't do a single thing ever in our practice games.
No.
No.
This guy
But-
rolled so many ones.
But they did really good in game 2, especially.
Against Rohan, those throwing spears are just nasty.
Yeah, and I guess he had bare bones Rohan too.
And he
so
didn't bring
it's
any
T4.
throwing spears.
And the
No,
best
he had
part,
balls on everyone.
Yeah.
yeah, but we were charging
Yeah.
first turn, right?
How
So,
did you feel about only 2 bowls? No regrets?
Honestly, the lack of range I thought would be a much bigger hindrance, especially against elves. But just the way the deployments were in the scenarios, we were in combat the whole time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
our
Devils is
first
forgiving,
first game,
I think.
there was no bows other side, and our third game, also no bows except
No
for Baragon.
Oh yeah, he was sniping us.
Yeah, he
in the
killed my-
second
he
game
killed
for
my
a
horse.
while, yeah.
The only scary matchup would have been against the Rangers, but if we
Yeah.
would have just had deployment and we had double
Yeah.
march.
Yeah, you
double
cover the
march.
speed to get
It's
there.
also
Yeah.
good shooting, so you just put one guy in combat
like-
and then their
Like I
whole army
said,
turns off.
the only shooting that we had to face was the elf shooting, and really, it wasn't that bad.
Elf shooting did nothing.
He didn't
pretty
do that much.
Well,
He
I think
killed a
the
few
doubles are
pikemen.
very forgiving because you usually deploy right beside each other
Yeah.
or on other parts
If
of the
we
map.
had to march across the board, that would have really sucked. But
Yeah.
just the way the scenario was, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Shooting's a lot better
I would
than
have liked to
singles, I think.
take more shooting, so we had to dictate a bit of the pace.
Yeah.
But with your whole entire list is mounted, so we could get anywhere.
Because we really did have shooting. It was 18-inch shooting.
True.
It was 18-inch shooting.
And we didn't really miss it.
No.
Our list was built in a way where we didn't need too much shooting.
Yeah. Like, we still had, I think, we had 9 Royal Guard with throwing spears, and then I
Yeah.
had 2 bows on the Outriders.
And the 2 bows were just enough to keep people from just sitting back and sniping.
Yeah.
Because they can always ride up to him, right? Because they're still on a horse at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, because we were actually thinking about whether we put Dune here.
Yeah, Dune here and his boys would have been nice. I don't think it would have really made a difference. Because, except for maybe the monster games, maybe.
Mm.
But I'm happy that we took Forlorn instead.
Yeah.
Because he turned out to be MVP Really good.
I think the noobs and men guys say that Doonhere's bad.
He's not bad.
He's bad.
He's not bad.
He's
Dude
bad,
here is
man.
awesome. He makes Black Reveal archers so good.
Yeah, that yeah.
I think
yeah.
He killed a troll today
Yeah, in
This is pretty
2
epic.
shots.
2 shots.
And
I
only
think-
spending 2 points of might
I
too.
think
He
their
did.
issue with him was his aura ability doesn't work like all the other auras in the army.
Well, it's just
It
Black
only-
Reveal
yeah,
archers
it
because
only
no one else
affects
can
the-
shoot. But
you
but
build a
he's-
list around him because
Yeah.
you also need to bring an extra might for that
Yeah.
to
but like
work.
if you bring a captain and Dune here with
Yeah.
I think you just bring Forlorn though,
8
and then
archers.
you're rerolling ones to wound anyways, right?
not on
Not for
range,
shooting,
it's
yeah.
only
Yeah,
rerolling ones
I
in
guess.
combat. But Dune here gives it so if you stay
Heroic
still,
shoots.
you reroll your ones, and if you heroic shoot, you reroll all your wounds, which is amazing.
Sean and Liam don't like it. Don't like
that's
Dune.
what I'm
I think
saying.
that's what I heard. It might have not been them. It was either them or Into the West. One of them said that they
One of
liked
them
it.
is lying to you. Dune here is amazing. Take him.
Oh.
He's a bargain. Forlorn's more of a bargain.
So for Forlorn, I would take Forlorn before Imrail.
Yeah, I did for the
Yeah.
longest time. I used
He's
to
awesome.
take Forlorn, Emerhill, Angbor instead of Emerhill.
Someone
But-
else gives a banner in this list. Is it
Angler.
okay? And is
Oh,
it specifically Clansman, or
it's
does it also
Clansman,
become
but-
for everyone?
Special rules everyone.
Okay.
Imagine
Well,
how
I mean,
Forlorn
sorry.
would be if he survived to turn 4.
It could never be him.
against elves, man. Oh
But
man.
true, he did fight the entire elf army for 3 turns.
That's insane though. I don't know how. It's
He
like all
got
fight
surra-
6, right?
Because he got compelled and then charged. And they had like 14, 15 dice.
They had a lot.
Didn't roll a single 6. Forlorn rolls a 6.
That's what they get for bringing Galadriel.
And he
Oh,
won his he got his horse taken out from him first fight. Second fight he wins. Second fight he ties, ends up losing. But yeah, he held them off.
That's epic.
He lived.
I'm glad he had his moment.
He had his moment.
It's
And
been-
well
it's
actually
been a
his
while.
biggest moment of the tournament was in game 3 when he killed Emerhill. He
That's
killed
Yeah, he
He
did.
came over to my table to tell me that. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
because I was so like he just killed Emerhill. I had to go tell
Because
someone.
he was feeling so good about Imrahill too. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just."
He
go
brought
get
out he had such a cool Emerhill. He's like, I gotta get the dripped out model. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, my Emerhill died. His Emerhill died.
Is that
We
guy's
laughed.
name Alex?
Yes.
So I think he's coming here to
Freedom?
play an art.
Nice.
That'd be
They're
awesome.
from
Yeah.
Calgary, yeah.
Yeah,
Those
guys,
boys
Kill
were
his
awesome.
those
Imrail
guys
again?
were my favorite to play against.
Same. They were my favorite
Nice.
opponents.
Well, they won. They won best.
Yeah.
Best sport. Too.
Like our game 3 against them, we didn't even care if we won. We just wanted to have a fun
Yeah.
game, which we did.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It was fun.
How did you? What happened in your guys' games? So why don't we talk about them?
We'll talk about game 1.
Yeah, let's talk about game 1 together.
Yeah.
So game 1 was. Let me consult. What was game 1?
Game 1 was
It's
we
Balrog
fought
and
against
Run to the
Balrog
middle.
and Necromancer, and we had to central objective.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the central gives you resistance to magic. Which
Yeah.
was so epic. Oh,
For you.
Our,
Yeah.
for you. Our matchup was pretty favorable. There's only one objective, and we had 30 something models. They had 5.
It was
Yeah.
taken hold, right?
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh no, they didn't have 5. They had 6 goblins
So
in
they
addition
Oh,
to their
no.
Balrog
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Necromancer and 2
I'm
Nazgul.
still so sad about
So
that.
we
Just
looked
enough to break
we
them.
looked at their list. We're like, wait a minute. If we
Oh.
kill all their goblins, they break, and we don't have to
Yeah.
deal with the Balrog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Thanks, Ilya, for giving us that tip.
Yeah, that was a huge.
Should have just brought 2 goblin archers and called it a day.
You shouldn't have brought any
Actually,
goblins.
one goblin. You, couldn't have even one.
If you do
never mind.
400, you do Balrog and the Gundabad Shaman to break someone's weapon and then die.
Yeah.
And then you're just never broken.
Yeah.
I mean, them being broken didn't change anything in our
Yeah, I
first
guess
game.
Balrog doesn't run away. So.
Yeah,
Well,
but you get the points
It gives
for
you
it.
points, yeah.
Because
It
you
gives us
couldn't build a
points.
list where you don't give the points for being broken.
That's
yeah.
exactly what it gave. It just gave the points.
Yeah.
Because you
Which-
can.
that's how
it's
you
only
win the
the
games.
legendary
Yeah.
legion where you have to wound the Balrog to break
Yeah,
the something
he
like
gets
that.
the Sauron treatment.
We deployed. You went on the top side of the board for
Yep.
Rohan. You went against the Balrog and goblins.
Yep.
And then I went to the back of the board against the Necromancer and the Witch King and the other Nazgul, which I don't remember who it
The
was.
Forsaken, I
The
think.
Forsaken.
The guy with the spear who
Yeah,
rolls
yeah,
to
the-
win. Is that
yeah.
the Forsaken?
Yeah,
He
the
didn't-
Betrayer Forsaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah.
And you killed the goblins almost instantly.
No, I didn't. I didn't actually. I
No?
remember. Well, because
One of them survived. I remember that. He went to the forest.
One of them survived just long enough. He somehow.
He ran into the forest into dense turns like, you can't get me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Shields.
Yeah, that was tough. And then Yeah, because I remember Day-O-Wine.
You heroic combated into the goblins,
Yeah.
which was my favorite thing you did.
I heroic combated into the goblins when Theoden was still alive that turn, and then he subsequently died.
Because the Balrog was like, oh, Theoden is right in front of me.
Why I was like, you know what? Theoden can go into the Balrog and survive one turn against the Balrog. The Balrog's not going to roll a 6.
But he did. He
not
rolled,
going to roll a 6, but he
the
did.
Balrog rolled a 6 in every combat.
No, he
As it
didn't.
should
Until
be.
I got there, he did.
No, he didn't.
No?
No,
Which time did he... Oh, I beat him once, didn't he?
He whiffed on like 3 times.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was too busy fighting the Necromancer.
Yeah.
Did you manage to kill the Necromancer?
No, he has
How much
so...
wheel did he
Dude,
have at the end, do you know?
12.
It's like 12.
He had 12.
I went through quite a bit of it,
Yeah.
but...
I
dude,
used to fight Undyne a lot back in BC, and
tough.
that infinite fate is annoying. Yeah.
I thought I'd just chew through it. After I burned like 8, I was like, man, I'm not going to kill this thing.
Yeah.
So I killed his minions
Yeah.
a bazillion times. But,
Yeah.
but
tons.
the downfall of their list was they had like 4 models.
Yeah.
We
I
had-
mean,
They just came
Yeah.
for the fun.
No, I know. It
Just
was a
the
super
memes.
fun game.
Yeah, it was a very fun game.
It was a super fun. If they got any other scenario, it would have been close.
Yeah.
But that objective scenario was tough because we could just outnumber them.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Balrog has a big base, so like if he
True.
sits right
He's
on it,
But
he
we
takes
got
up
there
some
first,
space. But
yeah.
in this case, it's really
Yeah.
hard to actually.
He
push
did
you
go
off,
through
yeah.
a lot of pikemen
Yeah.
until one of them just stood there.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not coming any further, which was awesome.
Does Balrog get hero combat, or is that only
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Legion?
he
free
does.
heroic.
Yeah.
So
That's just his base
Whip.
rule? Okay.
Yeah.
got him in
So he's usable.
heroic.
No, he was actually really. There was a time when I thought we might be in trouble because we couldn't. He was killing us faster than
Yeah.
we wanted to, but
I guess it's 4 models a turn, basically. Pretty
Yeah,
easy.
that's what he was going
Sometimes
for.
more, yeah.
but
Most
yeah.
times he didn't.
Yeah, he actually
he whiffed.
he did whiff a lot.
Yeah.
Which
Especially-
hurts.
Just
No
give him
might.
2 might, bro.
When he
Just give him
started
2
running
might.
into the, it was when he stopped fighting your horses and went into the pikes. That's when he started to lose fights.
Yeah, and even when I was just fighting him with a horse,
You went like 50-50.
yeah, I went 50-50. I remember winning 3 fights. I put a wound on the Balrog with like a royal guard, and
Nice.
But yeah, I think
So you almost killed him.
we almost killed him.
Yeah,
We actually really only did
Who
the goblin
was the
casualties.
leader?
I think Emerhill was the leader for us. that
For
game.
them?
No, Theoden was Theoden.
Oh yeah, because you gave him points when Theoden died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
who was their leader?
I think the Balrog.
The Balrog.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
So
the
you
Balrog.
points for wounded and you got that.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Necromancer, you just he's either dead or he's alive. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no points for wounded. Yeah,
Well, yeah, we couldn't.
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
we
think
we just kept him tied up the whole game. The Necromancer didn't do anything other than
Dang.
kill Emerhill's horse instantly.
yeah, with Chill Soul, right?
Yeah.
He came in, he's like, "Oh, Emerhill doesn't have a horse."
Does Chill Soul one-shot
Yeah,
stuff?
If you don't fate it, you auto die.
but I
think.
don't get a fate for the horsey,
Because you're not a horse lord.
unlike someone.
Yes. And elves apparently. Glorfindel's a
Yeah.
horse
Yeah.
lord too.
Yeah,
He's
Lords of
Glorfindel.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Glorfindel.
Lords of the
Yeah.
West, Lords of the Horses.
It's so sick. Glorfindel's
But I think we won game 1 8-3.
8-3. Yeah.
Nice.
That was our game 1.
Nice.
Yeah, 8-3 or 8-2 or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We faced the Eagles and Rivendell Knights, and I was terrified of the Eagles coming into this because last tournament in Calgary I played against them and it was very fun but very stressful because they have so many tactical. It was Radagast and Eagles.
Yeah.
At least this time there was no Ogwayer, which is nice because they had to cut 50 points.
Yeah.
But we did really well.
We did very well. We these 3 archers were the MVPs. First turn, they shot a Rivendell Knight off his horse, which was pretty awesome. But more importantly, they were sitting in the corner, and Evan sent one of his eagles, to go kill the 3 archers on like the second turn. So the eagle was already 2 moves away, or out of the, he's 2 moves away from getting back to the middle, which is where Emdur and the Dragon Knights went over to.
Herald of Victory.
Herald of Victory. The Easterling Cataphracts drummed their way in front of the Rivendell Knights and just fought them for like a turn and died the next turn. But they did their job very well. But he had an eagle in the middle, and Emdur charged it with both Dragon Knights, and I spent 2 might and I killed it. And then he cast Panic Steed, and Emdur rolled a 6 on his resist magic dice, which was epic.
Herald of Victory.
Yeah, that's right, baby. He heralded so much victory that game. And then all this time, Ilya was just moving up because he's trying to catch up.
So the whole time I was just like whispering at Lizzie, like, Panic Steed is really scary, be careful, spread them out, do a heroic move. He didn't need any of that.
That sounds familiar.
What's that? Eli and Ilya yelling at each other? Yeah, never happened.
But then he brought Radagast in to cast that Panic Steed, and then we got the heroic move off the next turn. And the Dragon Knights charged Radagast. Oh, we fought Radagast and the Eagle this turn. Emder killed, and his buddy killed the Eagle, and then the Dragon Knight and Ilya's orcs had caught up by then and
Just
charged
barely,
Radagast. Yeah, we got like 10 orcs into Radagast and just slaughtered him. And then his other Eagle was busy fighting the 3 archers. He tossed one of the archers at the other one, and he didn't do a wound to either of the archers. So then he just turned around and went the other way to help the army. And since he didn't have that Eagle, we basically won the game, I think.
Yeah, we spammed the middle. Rivendell Knights were taken kind of slow because I think they were trying to either kite or shoot, which didn't help much. So yeah, we had the control of the middle. The Eagles were dead. Radagast was dead, and we just set it out and killed the rest of the knights because we outnumbered them.
And we won 12-0.
Yeah.
Was Elrond
Major
there?
victory.
Did Elrond?
Elrond was there.
He didn't
He
do
did fight.
anything.
He killed a Dragon Knight, I
I
think.
think you just killed him, yeah? In the end? Or did he?
No,
I think he survived till the end.
He
So
survived,
it was just-
and an Eagle survived. But he did kill... Actually, I don't know if he even killed a Dragon Knight. I think he dehorsed one, and he killed... Maybe he killed a Dragon Knight. I don't remember. But we kind of just screened him in the end, I think, with an orc or two, maybe. Something like that. I don't know. But we won. Yeah. It was a good game. They're fun opponents. They're nice guys.
Everyone there was fun opponents.
Yeah, everybody was.
Yeah, this is the game I really regretted not having any like drums or anything because it took me like 4 turns. I did make it there just in time to rush Radagast, but the first couple of turns it was just like walk up, get shot, walk up, get shot. While Eli is like dodging eagles, killing everyone.
It wasn't
Resistant
Eli,
magic,
it was
yeah.
only Amder, Herald of Victory.
Yeah. Oh.
It was fun. And beforehand, in our group chat, I was like, I hope we get to fight the Eagles. I think we're going to do really good against them. And then Ilya was like, no, bro, we're going to get wrecked by them.
I had PTSD, yeah. Like, with the horses, one hurl dismounts your whole army. The Panic Steed does the same.
Yeah,
He
resisting the
did
Panic
fine.
Steed
I was panicking for
awesome.
nothing, yeah.
If we didn't resist that Panic Steed, it would have been harder to win. I think
Yeah.
we still could have won because they didn't need the horses.
The
to kill
numbers
Eagles,
really help in the
but,
middle, yeah.
It would have been a lot harder.
So how did you deal with the elves?
The Easterly, the Cataphract interns just sat there and got killed in 2 or 3 turns. But then that meant we killed the Eagles and Radagast before the elves could even show up.
That's why elves were late, because you kept throwing one cataphract after another, and they like, oh, we gotta kill that cataphract. Oh, there's another one on the plate. Yeah,
They're so good at dying.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what they're made for.
That's what they do every game. They just slow things down, and if they live for a couple turns, then all the better.
Dude, one day a cataphract is gonna survive.
Nah,
One day.
not literally cannot. They almost survived the other
come on,
2
one
games.
time.
They just didn't.
Named cataphract.
They don't deserve names.
Game 2?
Yeah,
Game 2.
I was really hoping that we could get you guys for game 2, but
It's for the best.
we
I was
were
sick of
very
playing you. Yeah.
close.
Very close. Yeah, it was.
yeah, we matched up against Lothlorien
And Rohan.
and Rohan, a mirror match for you,
Yeah.
and that was pretty intense. That whole game was.
I was.
I wanted to take like a 10-minute, just sit down and like, what just happened?
Well, you guys are playing against infinite range.
Oh,
Sentinels, yeah.
Sentinel.
I still can't believe you guys didn't question that.
Well,
but
I
can
didn't.
you do?
I haven't read his rules
Yeah.
beforehand, and I just assumed, oh, he knows what he's doing.
And then we were also too in the midst of that game. We were like,
Yeah, because I was still thinking what I'm going to do this turn, next turn, like where everyone's going to go, and he's like, make a courage check. Yeah, all right, man.
yeah,
And then I didn't think, oh, he's like 2 feet away from me. Maybe I should be like, for what?
yeah.
But
for record, the elf player was using the Sentinel song ability where you make a courage check and you have to move one of your models. It's like compel. It has a 12-inch range in the rules, but he thought it was infinite range, and so he just parked him on a hill and was moving their models around all game.
And Aiden and I both kind of figured something was up, but I didn't clock in.
Yeah.
It was too late.
I don't think he was cheating on
He
purpose.
didn't mean to.
No.
He didn't mean to. He just is. Mistakes are bound to happen.
And it really only came into effect, I think, like 3 times. Though they.
Well,
were
it was a
pivotal.
major.
times.
It was
It
a
was a lot of times.
major.
It was. Yeah, I guess.
It was a big difference because he
Yeah.
moved Theoden into
Yeah.
bad spot,
Yeah.
and also he got Forlorn stuck in with the whole elf army.
Yeah.
But that
Which
actually turned
worked
out
out
to
for
be
you,
it
yeah.
actually turned out to be a good thing because he
It-
delayed the army.
It turned out to be a really good
Like
thing.
I would never have done that, but
Yeah.
it happened and it turned out okay. But that was
It was a really fun game, really intense.
It was an
I
intense
remember
game.
like right off the bat, it was just thought and go.
that
go,
was
go.
definitely the quietest table.
The scenario was pick a secret target to
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
and then
that's what it was.
protect your secret
Yeah.
target that you
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah.
Who did you guys pick for the elves?
I picked the Galadrim captain.
Okay.
That's a good choice,
I
isn't it?
picked the Theoden, the right choice.
Yeah.
I picked Theoden, the
He
right
picked
choice.
Theoden because-
it was duel of wits.
I thought for sure I'd be fighting that captain.
And do you know who they picked for you?
They picked Theoden
and
Both?
Dareline.
and Dale.
Okay,
Oh,
so
they didn't
they
choose
split.
the same one?
They
Yeah.
split. And we
Ilya and
split.
I have special mind
Yeah.
powers. We're linked psychically.
And I
Best
should have
team
picked
of the
We
year.
just say
I
hate
was
Angmar
surprised.
equally.
Yeah.
I should have picked Theoden.
You
But
should have picked Theoden, and I
but-
should have rolled my
but
fate.
they didn't think
Bro,
the
I
thing
still can't believe
I
that.
can't believe
the
I
thing
did
was-
either.
we Forlorn in his battle against the entire elf army did a wound
epic.
against the Galadrim captain. And the guy who was playing the elves, I can't remember his name. He wasn't going to use his fate because he thought he would need it. Or sorry, he was going to might up. And he wasn't going to use his might to protect himself because he thought there's no way I'd pick the captain as my target. And the whole time I'm back there thinking, yes, because if he wouldn't have mighted up, we would have won.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
even
true.
though Theoden was a good pick because he died,
Yeah,
we almost got it.
that's true.
Why wouldn't you pick Theodred though? Because he has to charge, so it's really easy to kind of
That's
like
what I was
coax
thinking
him
too.
out. You got to pick a thin. You
Well,
could have picked Theodred.
I know, but
Yeah,
I figured I'd be fighting him.
yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
That's all right.
Because I set up and I like charged them.
You charged first turn.
Turn one because I just seen the elf bows behind me and I was like I gotta get in combat because I don't want my horses to die.
Yeah.
And so
It was a very risky charge, but
Yeah.
it worked out
Oh,
surprisingly
it was
well.
cavalry on cavalry, and you have higher
Yeah,
fight
better
cavalry.
But he
Yeah.
didn't get
And higher
quite all
defense.
of his cav in. We only
Yeah.
got about half of the models in combat first.
well,
charge.
so I didn't get a charge. I didn't get a charge off, but
you got close.
I got into like 1 inch so that they could charge us. So the first turn I didn't get my charge off, but they only killed 2 models that first charge, and then we subsequently got the
counter charge was
charges.
huge.
Yeah.
And then we just kept on winning those counter charges, and then Rohan
And then
just dropped.
By the second turn of your cavalry charge, I was there to back you
You
up.
were there.
So we did hammer and anvil, and we kind of left the elves in their
Yeah.
own little corner.
Yeah, because literally Forlorn was
Forlorn was holding
taking
them all
on
up.
the whole army.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
And
He
so-
soloed.
And so we hammer and anvil the rest.
we
of the Rohan.
tabled the whole Rohan army.
Yeah.
I think we killed a lot of them in our game as well.
Yeah.
Although it's just my characters fighting their whole army all the time, so it was kind of hard.
Yeah.
It was we were facing Gundar fiefdoms, so Boromir with a banner and Imrail for the fight 6 pikemen, and
Excellent combo.
they dropped surround in Eli's warband, which he just barely dodged with a drum right in between of them into the middle where I'm coming in. Yeah, and once we combined, it was just a grind fest.
Yeah, they did kill a Dragon Knight,
Yeah.
but it wasn't their target. The other Dragon Knight was their target.
They killed the wrong
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah.
We got really lucky with them exposing. That might have been a compel actually. Maybe not. I don't remember for sure, but
Maybe. We might have compelled some random out of the way.
it was just barely enough for Amdur to get into on Angmar in like
him
a
up,
small blob surrounding their troops, kill him and get out.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just a line of my shitty boys tanking the stuff, and all our heroes went to the middle and sat behind the lines, waited.
Oh,
Nice.
I think Amdur killed him, and then got surrounded by all of his troops, and then won against his troops and just
Yeah.
left.
Herald
And,
the victory.
Herald
Yeah,
of
that's right. I
victory.
kept saying Herald of
Doesn't-
Victory and re-rolling the dice and getting the 6 every
Never
time.
fails.
Those Easterling dice, man.
Ceases to be loyal.
No.
Whether he needs a less than 4, he'll get it. Whether he
That's
needs
right.
that 6,
Dude,
That's right.
always.
Dual rolls and strikes and anything, wounds, it's a 6. It's guaranteed.
It's a 6.
What's that? I need to win a 50-50? Here's a 1.
The Easterling dice never fail.
They're so annoyingly
Pretty sure
loyal.
you said the guy came over to your table and
Yes.
said that I
yes.
was saying Herald of Victory.
What
was
do I
only
do?
sixes.
The guy came up the.
Oh yeah, Alex. Or
Alex
whatever.
came up to
Yeah.
our table. He goes, "This guy keeps shouting Herald of Victory and rolling
It
sixes.
works every time.
What do I do?" I'm like, "There's nothing you can do."
I remember both of us looking at it.
We're like, I'm like, I've been there.
Yeah.
And just- if he says Herald of Victory, it's just
It's done for, yeah.
Ooh, the 3 archers again. First turn, they killed a knight of Swan Knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed a Swan Knight.
oh
Still
man,
swans.
that
That's
actually
nice.
hurts my soul.
And the Easterling Cataphract fought against like one guy for 4 turns in a row and
Wow.
actually survived.
That is the most livable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't win. He never killed.
No errors.
I think
for
the
him.
Cataphracts might have got their one kill that game though. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Maybe it was on a Klansman. That's usually. Although I don't know. They always.
Were they just fight 3 or were they black dragons?
They just fight 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Not enough points.
No point of giving them fight 4 when they can't roll over a 4 anyways. so
Is a black dragon upgrade 2 points or 1 point?
2 points
Oh.
for 1 fight, 1 courage.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's not bad, but Cataphracts are just.
I mean, when you have
Yeah.
Royal Guard, that's
Yeah.
like a 1 point.
The
with
superior
bodyguard
cavalry.
and-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right. Dragon Knights are the best.
Yeah.
So
They are interesting. I actually looked at that profile when I was like building the graphics.
The Dragon Knights.
The Dragon Knights, yeah, and like they've got like 4 attacks, which is like when you
On
have
a charge, yeah.
yeah when you have your Easterling dice there and the loyalty
and the banner from being
The banner's
the
big.
Herald.
yeah
Herald of
Victory.
Victory.
when
They
you-
just feel so squishy without the fate.
fate.
they
It's
do
scary.
Yeah.
like I look at the profile and then I like was like they have 1 fate,
Yeah.
0 fate.
2 wound. Oh, they have 0 fate. Yeah, 0,
Zero
fate.
fate, no will, so magic cards
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Two wounds.
That's why the
Courage
Easterling.
4 too, so breaking is scary.
Yeah.
That's why I really wanted the bonus for us, yeah.
Because they've run away before in our games. That's why the Easterling Cataphracts stand in front of them, so they never get shot at. And then in fights, they just win them because
Yep.
they're fight 5, or you spend your
Strike
might
up, yeah.
to make them. Higher
You'll never
fighting
not
roll,
roll a
so.
6,
Yeah.
so you really don't have to worry about
And
it.
they're so good at anti-cav as well, because even if you
They're
charge
so
them, it doesn't
good.
matter.
They
They
are.
still have
They're
3 attacks.
so
Yeah.
good.
I
They're
still
such a good
remember
model.
the meme list we brought one time when I brought full Swan Knights and Emerhill went up against
Yeah,
your Dragon Knights. The boys got slaughtered.
They're so
Yeah.
good.
It
Yeah.
was very
Dragon
sad.
Knights are awesome.
Yeah. When they survive and like when they don't get shot out, they're yeah.
And then they've never been shot out in any of our games.
They're tough when they get their
So-
shield wall. It's tough to get through.
Yeah, defense 7, yeah, defense 6
It's
on the
not a bad
horse, yeah.
squishy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
The no fate is scary, but as
Yeah.
long as you play them right, then
Yeah.
you won't have to be rolling fate most of the time.
Yeah. And you play them right.
You've learned how to pilot them
Yeah,
very good,
they're
which
very-
is really annoying. But
And they look sick.
They
These
do look
3
cool.
imprints
I
that
was
you
happy
found.
the
with
dragon
were-
one is amazing.
They're not very Lord of the Ringsy, but
That's
I
cool.
like them.
Your other one, the other one on the horse scene.
He looks like he looks like a
Yeah.
actually. Oh, I have this camera all along. This is now
It's
the Herald
over.
of Victory cam. Wait, only victors for this camera.
Oh man.
Game 3 was one of the forces gets trapped in the middle and surrounded by both of the enemies, and then the second force comes in from the
Well,
side.
hold on. Let's go back to game 2 for a
Okay,
second.
let's go back.
Because I need to rant for a second.
Sure, yeah.
We
About
had
game 2?
yes.
Oh,
we
interesting.
had 3 chances where we could have won our game, and all 3 times is like a dice roll.
Yeah.
That's Lord of the Rings for
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Him mighting up
It's a
lost us
dice
the
game.
game. Us rolling the 1-2 to end the game lost us the game,
Yeah.
and us losing our banner lost the game.
Oh, losing the banner and also me not rolling.
I can't
my
believe that.
fate
Oh,
on Theoden because I was so flabbergasted.
Well,
Both you and me in that
'cause
game were
You
like,
guys just need to talk to each
Well,
other.
no, because I knew I'm like he's not rolling
gosh.
his fate. That's interesting, but no part of me was like,
Brave decision, yeah.
yeah. I was like, okay, that's fine, but I realistically I should have said like roll your fate.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
if you want to win doubles in Lord of the Rings, you should be always talking to your teammate.
it says duel of wits. There was no wits used in that duel.
No, we got that game was super winnable for us. And we were
Yeah,
we were in a good
it-
position.
It was a fantastic game.
It was such a good game.
I think you guys could do
we-
so good if you just talk to each other.
It would have been a Lethbridge top table.
Yeah.
It would have been
Oh.
sick. Yeah, it would've
Then
been
we would have won, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, though.
Who,
Oh, my my
Who,
gosh.
who went undefeated when we brought the
Yeah,
Rohan?
yeah, I don't remember.
In our,
I don't
In our
remember.
practice?
One of those games was the Gorgoth game.
Hey, it counts.
Yeah. I guess
That-
technically we did lose to Rohan in the last game.
That beast of Gorgoth killed 2 models, I think, on like 5 tramples.
That's why you need two
No,
of them.
the Beast of Gorgoroth actually killed a lot more because if you count all the orcs that died when the Beast of Gorgoroth died, it killed actually a
Feels
lot
so
more
bad.
models.
Feels so bad.
All right, now we can go into game 3 now
Yeah.
that my rant is
Yeah,
over.
it's trapped in the middle, surrounded. Come and say
Yeah,
yes.
so you guys won your game too, and then
Yeah,
we
8-3.
unfortunately
We lost
By
by
one
1
point.
point.
That's so tough.
So minor loss.
Minor
It
loss.
was a great game.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
That was definitely the most intense game that we had.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I like games like that where you have to think a lot.
We had the best of both worlds. We had a really flavorful first game
Yeah.
that like
We had like a
It's a
fun,
yeah.
it's a fun game.
but it was like a monsters versus
Yeah,
mass. It was
it's a
super
literal
cool.
fun game.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
it's-
And then our second game was like intense.
It's a clash
like-
of armies,
Like
yeah.
you and I
Yeah.
both walked out afterwards like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what just happened?
I was tired.
Yeah, I was mentally exhausted.
I was done.
Then we went for our lunch that whole time. I'm thinking, man,
Quiznos.
that was so close. Quiznos, baby.
Shout out to Quiznos employee.
Are we sponsored? Hodge
I
Podge
wish.
Hobbies, sponsored by Quiznos.
Battlescribe and Squeeze.
Battle-
Yeah,
Battlescribe.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Battlescribe and Quiznos.
And then our game 3 was just awesome.
Take it away, yeah.
Alright, our third and final game, which wasn't top table against these
Unfortunately.
guys.
Were you surrounded or trapped?
I was trapped.
So you were in the middle and
Oh
Rohan
no, wait!
coming in?
You were
I
in the
was in the
center.
middle.
I was on the
Oh,
outside. So we were.
interesting,
No,
yeah.
listen
Oh, I
to me.
remember
Listen
what
to me.
happened. Yeah, I
We
remember
deployed,
what happened.
trapping them, and then you ran away.
I called
Communication. Communication.
but this is even the better thing. I called a heroic
Oh,
move.
man.
Run
And
away.
we had priority.
So,
We
set the
had
picture.
So we didn't have priority. No, we didn't.
First, oh yeah, because they came to us.
Yeah.
And
And I called
This
it a
kid-
heroic move.
he called heroic move, and I was like, I'm saved. I'm saved. He's gonna rear charge. And then what did you do?
Oh my
What did
gosh.
you do?
I backed up a half an inch. I backed up a half an inch.
Uh-huh.
And
you
I was
said-
like, I'm going to throw all of my throwing spears.
Yeah, and then you said, I have the objective, and I'm gonna throw spears. We're in a good spot.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm fighting Boromir, Imrahil, and all these Fight 6
Oh,
Gondorian
still makes
angry
me so
people.
sad.
To be fair, it is a good move if you die real quick and the
I
game
don't
just
know,
ends with
trust
him
me,
in the middle.
I
yeah.
thought it was crazy, but then this turn happened, and I'm like, I have 5 models. We might break,
Oh.
and maybe we'll win because we have
Yeah,
the objective. And
yeah.
I was like, maybe Aiden is the genius all along.
Yeah.
I was the genius.
He was.
I think you would have been if you sent like 3 horses in.
Well, he
to
did
die.
in the end.
I shoulda.
And then turn 2 happened, and that's when the rest of my boys fought the rest of his boys. That was a decent fight.
And Aiden, were you still just sitting in the middle in turn 2?
Yeah, and Thaden got dehorsed first turn by
A single
Bar-
bow.
Baragon, yeah.
Baragon shot
Baragon.
He didn't hit a single shot in our game, I don't think.
He was
He
like,
failed to wound.
Yeah.
he was like Thaden's horse, dead. And then I
Nice.
think I even used Thaden's fate
You
on the
did.
horse.
You did.
On the horse.
Sad.
And then the
Very
horse.
sad.
But then we killed his horse.
Well, yeah, we killed. Yes, that's right. I killed his
Yeah,
horse
you traded,
subsequently.
Our horse is worth more.
Our
But it was-
horse
but it was a good
way
trade.
worth more because I just remember Thaden moving 6. Day one again, not being willing
Dude,
to
day
use his thing.
I still remember it was like turn 4 or 5. You had a heroic combat off day 1, and I thought you were gonna go into Boromir, and I was really excited because I thought maybe I'd survive. And you won your heroic combat, killed him, and then you went the other way.
I
And
had to.
I know you had to, but I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh man,
I
I'm
had
still
to.
alone.
Yeah.
But it was a valiant fight.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
troops actually traded somewhat evenly for them being fight 6
The
and me
troops
being fight
did.
5. They
Yeah.
did well.
That was a crazy game because I remember we're like, oh, we're fight 5 across the board.
Yeah, we're good, man.
We're in that sweet
Yeah.
spot, and then
They showed up with fight
fiefdoms,
6.
Fight 6. We fought fight 6 so many times.
Yeah.
But we ended up just wearing them down
We did.
because their models were expensive.
Yeah.
And then the turning point was when they charged their Emerhill into my Forlorn, and Forlorn smacked him across the head.
I'm happy about that.
That was pretty
Yeah,
sick.
That was epic.
And
It is funny that we played the same 2 lists
Mhm.
back to back,
Yeah.
and then the first one was Monster Mash for both of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had a very
True.
similar
Our
tournament.
tournament was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we played your guys as the second opponent.
And then you guys
yeah.
fought the Rohan
Al
Elves.
Frohan's
Yeah, true.
Gondor
Yeah.
fiefdoms, and then it was the monsters for the first game
Yeah.
for both
Yeah.
Eagles and the guy, the demon guy,
Yeah.
Balrog,
Balrog.
and Necromancer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was our third game, and even in our third game, we were like really close.
So
like,
did they take the middle at the end?
They ended up. Well, we actually had objective in the end, but
Uh-huh.
Aiden was running out of horses, and they
Yeah.
had one heroic Swan Knight who was dehorsed running
Oh.
to the center,
Oh,
and
man.
we had one shot left because the guy who was still in the objective was a bowman. He's outrider, right?
he was an outrider.
He had one shot.
Well, I was like, do I charge this guy because I get the
Yeah, you either charged him and you kept him there, or you tried to shoot him and you risked him coming into the objective.
yeah.
But we shot him.
Yeah.
That was your choice.
I wanted.
that
to,
was your choice.
I wanted to shoot him.
I listened to you
Because
because I was going to charge him.
This guy plays with Dune here too often.
I was going.
I said shoot him because if you kill him, we win. And if we charge him and you lose, we lose anyway.
It's
Yeah.
fair, but
So
Yeah.
he's an outrider. So we shot, we missed. He ran to the
Well,
objective.
no, he hit. It just I
He
don't know.
he didn't kill him.
Theoden died.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay, so you got the points for keeping the leader
Yeah,
alive at least.
I
Yeah.
kept the, and he was at full. He was at
Yeah.
full.
But he didn't do anything.
Well,
uh,
he let Daywine get a few heroic comments that Daywine proceeded to do nothing.
True.
So it
It
was,
was
like,
a tough showing for Daleline.
Rip.
He had a good position. He just couldn't get the rolls.
and I didn't get any of my charges out, and they, no matter what, they still killed all
Yeah, I
of
don't
my
wanna hear
horses.
that. You could have charged him turn one.
I could have.
Yeah.
That was the only time where I think I'm like, oh, we made a mistake.
Yep.
But it was a good game. Those
That was-
guys were great sports.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was awesome. We had a Emerhill versus Boromir duel in the center,
Nice.
which was awesome. We both struck up. I rolled a one.
That
It was great.
That was
Classic.
Yeah.
really
It was
cool.
awesome.
no
Boromir
strikes for
actually, like, other than killing like 4 dudes, didn't actually do a lot that game.
Brain. He didn't do
No.
anything in our game either.
He was there, but he didn't kill much. But the buffs that
Yeah,
he does
his
is
buff is-
like,
Yeah,
even if he doesn't kill anything, he's just making
And
everyone
6
else
might
so
just
good.
sit in there for the heroics is nice.
He heroic moved every turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
do. And we were out of might pretty quick because
Mhm.
Forlorn, after killing Emerhill, got buried by
Yeah.
pikemen.
He died. He died a hero.
He died a hero for sure. And then
for once.
my Emerhill died to I think Boromir killed
Did
him.
he die?
Well, it sounds like
Because
Boromir did something.
both
yeah.
Emerhills died.
Nice.
Oh, both did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you
That's
need
right.
to, you need to green stuff a bomb vest on to.
Forlorn, he doesn't need a bomb vest. He's just a little mess with him.
Uh,
I love Forlorn.
gosh.
I was talking to the other Fiefdoms player about how crucial
Oh, they
his reroll
kept
ones.
being so sad
It's-
that they didn't have him because they rolled so many
Yeah,
ones.
every
Yeah.
time, like in any game, you would be rolling ones, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
You
Like
miss
same
it.
for like with
Yeah.
my stupid Mordor bonus. It's
Yeah.
like so many ones. And
You
they
never
outnumber us.
realize how many ones you roll
Yeah.
until you're like, wow, I
Yeah.
really wish I could
I
roll.
don't know
reroll
why
this.
they took Angbor instead of Forlorn. Angbor's just worse. It
I
feels
think
like.
I think they thought maybe lots of terror would
The
show up.
fearless is kind of
Yeah.
nice. I still think
Be
Forlorn
so
is just
annoying.
better value
They
than
basically have
Angborn.
3
but-
banner effects. Too. Yeah,
Alex also really likes Klansmen.
yeah, they
Yeah,
look.
They're awesome.
They look
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, just
And-
for that we should bring
Yeah,
them.
and actually Angborn did do quite a bit in our
Oh
game.
yeah,
He-
Angborn did lots.
He
And
killed
he
quite
has
a
a
few.
strike up.
He has strike,
I guess
which
I'm
is
too used
Forlorn
to-
doesn't have strike.
Yeah.
I'm too used to him fighting the Herald of Victory
Yeah.
and dying every
Yeah,
single time.
my Angbor,
But
he doesn't kill Amdur ever.
well, he's,
Yeah.
he's
Who is
like
Like, nobody
five
kills
base.
them.
See
The-
that guy
the
delaying
Klansman.
to dead on the ground
Every game.
every game
Every game.
He waters the plains. with blood.
with his own blood.
I killed him last game we played too. Playing
Yeah.
our for fun game.
Yeah, I spawned him in. He wasn't even in my list. I just put him on the table.
Yeah,
I said, Angbor's
he's-
here now. And he got killed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game. But yeah, that game 3 was very close.
Nice.
We lost in the end, but
Yeah.
it was such a fun game.
It was good. It was a close game all the way through.
It was a very close game.
I do remember thinking though halfway through that game like, oh yeah, I should have charged and we're definitely losing.
But
then it actually came out.
We almost brought it back.
We almost did bring it back. Yeah.
Even
yeah.
after no charge, which honestly it wasn't even. If we would have broken, it would have been awesome.
It
We
would have
we would have just
sick.
won.
Yeah.
But
You should have just like thrown all of your guys in and just like
I considered it.
and bannering to like roll lower,
Yeah.
like banner to lose. But
It was. I'm too prideful to
Yeah.
lose on purpose.
no, that's fine.
But it was a
good.
good
Yeah.
game.
It was fun.
Nice.
Okay, now what everybody's probably here
The
for
top table.
top table
Yes.
matchup.
I was the trapped force, and the deployment was actually really fun. We were playing same map as the first game, where in the middle there were two mountain ranges on the sides. So you kind of have a tunnel through the center. I deployed on one side of the tunnel, kind of blocking in, so if they come in on one side, I have my front line. If they come in from behind, they cannot charge me. They dropped on the opposite side with elves kind of in front of the tunnel, horses to the side. And Eli deployed, ready to fight the horses, hiding from the
I
archers.
messed up my deployment though, because I put an archer beside my cataphract, and so it was like a millimeter off from one of my characters being able to charge to countercharge, and so Theodred charged the bait cataphract, and then I was 1 millimeter off from fitting a hero into him, and that was
so
lame.
he survived the first round,
He did nothing for the rest of the game, to be fair, but it was still.
Who
feels bad.
Who was that?
We baited Theodred out with the archers, just sacrificing the archers in, but because it was between like a rock and the archer, there was not enough place for Amdu to fit in and kill Theodred.
I
missed out on that.
It wasn't the end of the world, but it would have changed.
The archers would have carried us if they survived there.
I was very sad about making that. I sacrificed the archers, and I shouldn't have. I was sad about that.
They had families.
But Eli came in to fight the Rohan force to cut them off, so they couldn't surround me. I just switched sides on the other side of the tunnel. Elves didn't come in; they were sitting back trying to get their bows in. Kardush popped out, flame burst the sentinel.
Yeah, it was awesome because he tried to sentinel us.
Yeah.
And Ilya, the walking, talking rulebook, said that the Sentinel song is 12 inches. He can't do that.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up, and he's like, so he
they
put the...
did do it on the extra inch on the first one, but I didn't care about that one. But once we got closer...
Ilya did what we couldn't do, which was check the rules.
I surrounded all my heroes with like 15 dudes, so they couldn't go anywhere useful.
Since he pointed out the rule, he moved the Sentinel up to the front line, failed the thing, and then Cartridge popped up and fire blasted him first turn.
That felt so good. 25 points gone. After that, just switched the front line. It was a constant pop in, pop out from Galadriel to compel the Witchkin places.
She's such an annoying model.
Galadriel?
I had the Witchkin pinned to the wall with my dudes, so he cannot move. And just sat there,
They were all resistant to magic, so the Witch King didn't get a single cast, basically.
Yeah, Cardiff killed a couple of the Fountain Guard or whatever they're called, which felt nice, but...
Yeah, it was really close for you and him.
It was a melee at the front of the tunnel for a long time. By the end of it, I started collapsing. He was getting in with his captain. The Galadriel was annoying. You were wrecking on your end, but that was on the other side of the mountain, so it's kind of like not interactive.
We were like playing our own game, just Rohan guy and I. He was like my favorite opponent, I think.
He was very fun.
He was
I was just me.
Taylor,
It was just me fighting Rohan horsemen, and we would do like our entire turn while they were doing.
It was 2 1v1s basically. The mountain split us into half.
I should have found a way to get one of my characters.
That board was very interesting.
I wanted to play that board so bad, actually.
At the end, as my line was collapsing, they did manage to get like 5 horses on the other side of the tunnel, flanked through. I blame me like for that 100%. But
I failed like 2 hero combats that game, which was tough.
I feel that.
Last turn, I think the turn before last turn, so we had 2 turns for that. They compelled the Witchkin on 3-wheel left because I kept throwing like
we messed this up.
transfixes and everything, try to help Eli.
Burning
Burning my wheel for nothing.
Classic.
Don't ever help this guy.
They compel my Witchkin, and I made a mistake of burning 2-wheel to try to resist because I was thinking he resists this one. I just surround him with all my boys. He's invincible. He fails. I had no might at this point because I needed some heroics early on, and she throws the Witchkin into the horses.
Well, you had one might.
I did have one might, but I didn't roll high enough to resist because he had a 6 on the cast. Throws the Witchkin into the horses. I get a heroic off, which I cheated on because he was transfixed, so no heroic in, but didn't matter because he was dead by the end of this turn. Try to save him with Kardush in the last moment, come in, flame burst that horse. A rider survives, horse dies. Witchkin perishes at the end of the fight, so we lose our leader, and
then he was 1 higher than us on the
one model in the middle.
He was 1 model.
So if we had caught the wheel thing. Which
that flank.
Okay, all right.
So with Cardush, were they able to stop Cardush's spell? Is that what?
He got transfixed. Oh, on the horse at the end.
No, like just like
Just
was
in general. No, he was killing stuff.
okay.
He
Carduce
was
was
just
his
he was on
He
the
was-
bottom
he was
enough, so
useful.
he was just sitting by the rock and like. Boop, boop.
He does nothing in our practice games, but in
Yeah.
our tournament games he did good.
Yeah, the flame burst is basically a throwing weapon on a 3+ all the time with a strength 6.
That's-
Very nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
But
speak high
yeah.
targets.
If we caught the wheel thing, which I thought he was doing the right thing as well.
What
'Cause it
will?
made sense.
What
Like
will thing?
spending the
I
wheel
burned
to
2.
resist.
Honestly, I had 2 fate unused. He's defense 9. I just let him go. He survives 2 more turns easily.
Yeah.
To the horses. Yeah.
Yeah, we messed that up, and if that didn't happen, we would have tied the game because our hero would have been alive, and we would have tied for models
Probably
in the middle.
were one more model in there.
And then if we tied, we would have got first place because we had 2 major victories and they had minor victories.
Yeah, because
against
they got a
you
minor
guys.
victory
Right.
against us.
To us.
So
Yeah.
we would have contributed to the
Yeah.
Lethbridge victory.
But it was a good
But
game in the
It
end.
was a bad call.
We had fun.
It's
Nothing.
last
really-
game.
Yeah.
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 big pressure.
It made sense to
Yeah.
me. So
I
it's-
take 40% of the blame.
Ilya carried our second game. There's a turn where his orcs killed like 10 dudes in one turn, basically.
Yeah, that's off
Yeah.
my hands. It's just, they just do what they want. Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, Carduce is really nice for sniping the pikes out of the, because you snipe the middle pike and then the second pike doesn't do nothing, and we had that in 2 games
Yeah.
back to back.
And he doesn't have magical resistance on that.
He does, but like it's Carduce casting, so they don't
Yeah.
resist. If it's the Witchkin, no spells go through. Yeah, Carduce is the real mastermind behind this list.
Oh, so like those Galadrim warriors. I guess if you're just doing against warriors,
It's still it's
well, he
basically
still
a
rolled the
50-50.
resist,
Yeah,
but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
we managed.
Like we had magic resistance in the middle in the first game too, but I think I did manage to transfix Radagast on that final turn too.
Maybe, yeah. I just know that you heroic moved with the Witch King, and that's how we got him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I had the Fury on Cardush. I'm really glad I brought him because he did have the
It
terror.
actually worked, yeah. It was really good. So
He had the scary terror too, where you roll 2 dice or 3 dice and drop the highest. Yeah.
channel. You
Yeah,
channel
he channeled
Oh,
the terrifying aura because I mean
nice.
it makes sense. Like,
because that stays up for as long
It's
as he
an exhaust
has
spell,
will
yeah.
left, right? And then you just before he's down to 0, you
Yeah.
just bring an orc. You just kill an orc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we played
oh
basically.
no, not Cardush, Radagast in the first game.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
have
that's right.
terrifying. All I have is Flame Burst and Fury.
Oh.
But I think we played basically our perfect games for the first and second games, and then third game we both made a couple mistakes.
That
was
that
still very
final
close,
turn was
though.
the big the big mistake.
And
Up
if
to
I,
that point, it was fine.
yeah, I mean, if I didn't mess up the deployment, I probably could have killed Theodred first turn and then just gone
Would have been
this way.
scary, yeah.
But yeah,
It
was
worked
a
out
good
because I
game.
didn't have to deal with
Yeah.
the horses, which is nice. Yeah.
it was a good game.
Sounds like we were both close to victory.
We got
Just made
P2,
little
so I
mistakes.
was happy with
P2 is
that.
really good.
For random Lethbridge guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great showing.
Yeah.
It was a good game overall. Shout out to Evan.
Yeah, great tournament.
Yeah.
Hosting.
Thanks Evan for hosting.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And thanks-
Everyone was such a good sport.
Yeah, everybody was awesome to play against. All of
Very,
game
very
1,
fun.
game 2, game 3.
Yeah.
It's fun just to hear people. Some table would go up it and be like, "Oh my God, what happened?" I have to go
Yeah.
see.
It was actually really interesting. The lists were like going into this tournament. I didn't know what to expect, and then we had a lot of like we had the fun list. We had like 2 fun lists, and then everybody brought like similar lists. Like I feel like the top, like there was at least three, almost 4 teams that were very very
The
similar lists.
the Minas Tirith Fightem's list was our first draft.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
wanted
basically
them to
the
bring
same, yeah.
Boromir, Faramir, and Denethor so badly.
Yeah.
But they just wouldn't do it.
Oh, that's so expensive. Not a
It's
not
so
a
fun. It's so
400.
fun.
That's why we bring Denethor, because he's a cheap boy.
Faramir is literally
Just
like,
bad.
yeah,
Feels bad, man. He is Faramir after all.
Is bad.
yeah. Well, he's
Huron
not
is
that
better.
bad.
Huron is better.
Huron's
you
awesome.
You just get Huron.
Huron
who's-
is awesome,
who's just
especially if you bring Denethor or something.
yeah, exactly. You bring Boromir, Huron, and Denethor.
That's a
then-
wombo.
Yeah. Then
With
th-
Emerhill.
then that's awesome because you get like Huron who like
But like Huron's also good with Fiefdom's allies.
yeah.
It's yeah.
It was fun. We got to play our mirror matches, so like really like we had very similar lists to
Yeah.
like the top 4 tables 3 out of the 4 were literally
They're
very
pretty
similar.
similar.
And your guys' list build was very similar in regards. You were just the evil side of it.
Well,
Sort of.
the big difference is hero heavy
Yeah.
cavalry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very hero heavy cavalry.
Yeah.
Which you made it work.
Yeah. And the magic was great too. So
It was lots of fun.
It was very fun.
it's a great tournament. And then we get to run another one here.
Mm-hmm.
Month and a half. I think maybe for the first Hodge Podge Hobby bat rep, maybe we should have a what if top table. A what if top table. And the reason I say that is because there are only armies that are painted.
Yeah. What if Aiden rolled his fate?
What if Aiden did roll his fate? Oh.
What if Braden picked Theoden?
I'm really curious who would have actually, if we would have tied that game, who would have went top table with those guys?
Probably us, because we had a bigger victory game
They had a
one.
major victory.
Did they?
Because we had a major
Oh, we
victory,
had a
they had a
major-
minor victory.
Oh, they had a
They
minor
might
victory.
have had a major victory, but I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I talked to because they played against the Isengard list.
No, they played against the
Rangers?
Dead of Dunharrow Rangers.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
Yeah.
I was talking to the Isengard fella, and he said they had a
Minor loss.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
they
I thought
fought
maybe
against
it was them.
Alex in the fiefdoms.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I wanted to play those guys. I keep forgetting their names. We're at Calgary as well. But
Yeah.
They were fun
They're
to
nice
play
guys.
against.
Yeah, and they had beautiful models too. I remember
Yeah.
like
All the models like
All the armies were
all
beautiful.
the armies were
Yeah.
beautiful.
the
Yeah.
Imrahil.
Gandalf from the
Yeah.
Balrog base. Was,
Don't mention Emerald.
Gandalf on the Balrog base.
yeah, I think that was Evans Balrog.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
He needed cool black shields. Shout out Black Shields. Best
Yeah.
unit.
Black Shield
Love
gang.
them. Love them.
The breakthrough army for you.
Did exactly what they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, he could have brought like 4 gobos.
Yeah, he
and
was just
4
being nice. I'm
archers.
sure he did it on purpose so people don't feel bad for not being able to break them.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our Edmonton doubles tournament recap. It was 800 points. I don't think we ever talked about
Yeah,
the
we
points,
should have said
but we missed a lot of details. This is our
It was
first
7.
podcast.
It was. Wait, was it? Yeah, you're right.
800,
400
800 per
each, yeah.
team.
400 each. No red alliances.
No Legend Allegiance, which
No
I really
Legend- oh,
liked
yeah.
because
Very nice.
the army variety felt really nice from that.
Yeah.
Doubles is the best way to play Middle Earth. I've decided. It's the most fun at
That's
least.
a hot take.
He has spoken.
That's a hot take.
He has spoken.
Herald of
It's fun.
Victory says.
That's right.
I don't know. If you
Episode 2 is just arguing.
Yeah. What is the best way to play MESBG? But that's us at Hodge Podge Hobbies. Hopefully we'll have more videos out soon here in the future. Hopefully this one comes out. Thanks guys for watching. I have it on the wrong page, but that's good. Thanks guys for watching. Comment below if Ander is actually a Herald of Victory or whether he is trash.
He wins every fight. This guy's never lost.
Alright, thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.